Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Mentorship Corner. My name is Siviano Mtandazo. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to click the subscription button down below, and don't forget to like and share with your family and friends. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your love and support. You guys are very much appreciated by me and the Mentorship Corner. As you guys know, I was doing the first year of work series. I still am. I am going to be uploading the last video on Sunday. If I see that my network is gonna be giving me problems, I may upload it tomorrow, okay, for Sunday though. So the next video on the first year of work series, which is also going to be the last video, it is going to be on tax and tax returns. Yeah? So stay tuned for that one, because that's a very important part of your income and salaries and all that drama. On today's video, I am going to be discussing two important words. It's not necessarily discussing two important words, but basically I'll be discussing two important things. So the first word we're going to be discussing is reflecting, and the second one is reviewing. So the two things I'm going to be discussing about reflecting and reviewing is basically why it is important for you to reflect on your life, reflect on events that happened in your life in the past, and why it is important to review things as you go on and live this life, in this journey of life. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's just run through the meaning of both the words. I don't have the dictionary meaning of both, but if you think about it, if you're reflecting about something or you're reflecting on something, it's basically almost like playing a flashback of something that has happened in the past. So it must have had happened in the past for you to be able to reflect and go back and say, oh, on this day, it was my birthday, this is what I did, this is why I did it, and this is what I think I grew from it, type of thing. And then when we're looking at reviewing, let's look at it from like a book perspective. So if you have read a book or read an article and now you're reviewing the article or book, you would write down the key points, basically the important things that you have learned from reading that book. So those are the two words basically that I need you to just keep focusing on today's video. So we're going to be reflecting, so we're going to be looking at why it is important to do a reflection of your life every month, and why it is important to do a review of your dreams and your vision board every month. Okay, so stay tuned. I will start with reflecting, and then I'll go over to reviewing. So as I said, the first thing we're going to be discussing is reflecting. So I went and got a dictionary. It's my sister's dictionary, and I'm just going to read out the definition of the word reflect. So it reads: to reflect is to throw back, to bend aside or back, to show an image of, as a mirror, to express. Basically reflection, it's like reflecting back, turning back, the action of changing direction when a ray strike of that's reflection as in so basically the one that I was looking for is to throw back. So when you are reflecting on something, it's when you're going back and you're like, okay, fine, let's see what happened like 10 years ago in my life. Let's see what happened in the past month of my life. What have I learned? How much have I grown? And what can I do to make things a bit better? Okay, so that's basically what we're going to be talking about today, basically discussing today. So in my opinion, it is important to do this every week, but I know we are all busy, we are studying, we are working, so we don't really have that much time on our luxury. And I know some of us have kids, so you get home, you have to take care of your kids, you have to make sure they do their routine, they do homework and all that drama. So I'm just gonna say, if you can do this at least once a month, we can choose to either do it at the beginning of a month or at the end of the month. I generally do it at the end of the month, which means it's like the end of the month and beginning of the new month. Because how I do it is I do a reflection of the month. I see what I learned during that month, the mistakes that I made, the lessons that I learned from my mistakes, and then I draft down solutions. So basically, if I had made a mistake and I happened to listen, I will write down, okay, fine, I learned 1, 2, and 3. This is what I'm going to do now in my life to implement the lesson that I learned so that I can be a better person. If it means I have to go and tweak my goals a little bit, I have to go back to my vision board and just tweak a few things, I go back and I do that. And that's then my reviewing, which I do at the beginning of the month. So when I review, I go back to my goals, I go back to my vision board, and that's basically how I work around it. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, you need to reflect, because you need to know exactly what experiences did you go through in that month, what lessons did you learn in that month, what mistakes did you make, and for you to be able to basically you need to know all those things, experiences, lessons, mistakes, and then you need to know what action are you going to be taking going forward. So basically the first thing that's important, I made some notes. The first thing that's important about reflecting and why you need to do it on a regular, it's because it shows you your growth. So it may not be drastic, but it will show you how much you have grown in that 1 month. So how much you have grown in 30 days, how much has your character grown, how much has your personality grown. Let's say you were trying to learn a new habit or a new hobby, it will also show you how much you have improved in whatever it is that you were trying to learn, basically in whatever sphere of your life that you were trying to learn. The second thing that it does is it allows you to appreciate progress in your life. So let's say you were trying to be consistent in going to gym, as an example, and you realize that the first week of the month, as you were starting out in gym, you went like the whole week, and you started like slacking. So like the second week you only went once a week, and then the third week you were getting used to it, and you had decided the days in the week that you were going to go to gym and the day that you were going to be using as your resting days. So that's exactly what reflecting is going to show you. So it's going to be like, okay, fine, so I tried going every day to the gym, that didn't work. I tried going once a week, that didn't work. I tried going 3 times a week, and that seemed to be fine. My body was taking it well, I was getting enough rest, I was still putting in the work that had needed to be done for that week, which means I'm in good terms. So that means you are progressing. That means you are getting better at whatever it is, which is gym in this case, that you were trying to achieve and that you were trying to do. The third thing that it allows you to do is that it allows you to see the flaws and the mistakes that you have made along the way. So it's going to allow you, I'm going to go back to my gym example, so it's going to allow you to see, okay, fine, if you did weights as a beginner in gym and you took like very heavy weights, that didn't work for you, blah blah blah. So you're gonna know now, start small and grow bigger. They always say start small but see the bigger picture, so that you'll like gradually grow into it, type of thing. So it allows you to see where you made your mistakes, where you were lacking, and through that, all of that, it allows you to pick parts of your life where you have learned valuable lessons. So I believe every mistake you make has a lesson that you need to learn through it. So every mistake that you make, go down, sit down, and think about what lesson you have learned from that mistake, and try to implement it in your life so that it will show you the growth that you want to see in your life. So to just cover up reflecting, make sure that you reflect on a regular basis. If you can do it every week, that would be great. But if you feel like it's like a bit too short, do it every 2 weeks or every month. So I do it every month because during the month I'm always like really busy. But every month, at the end of the month, I reflect, I write down basically all the things. So I have a journal that I use. I journal every day of my life. So I go back to my journal, I read the mistakes and the lessons that I learned throughout the month, and I just try to write it out so that I know exactly what I learned, where I was lacking, and what I need to try and improve to be a better person in life. So that's basically the 3 things I want to leave you with. So it is important to reflect because it shows you your growth and your progress in life, and it allows you to appreciate the progress and the growth. Okay, and the third thing is that it allows you to appreciate your mistakes and your flaws, which will then allow you to learn the lessons that you needed to learn. Okay, so reflect. So the second and the last thing we're going to be discussing is reviewing. So reviewing, I normally base it around your goals. So I think you guys remember at the beginning of earlier this year, I had a video uploaded which was discussing how to set your goals the smart way. So I am going to leave the link to the video down on the description, should you want to go back and review that, to help you with setting your goals. Okay, so the most important thing is that apart from just having goals, you need to have a plan and action to actually help you achieve your goals. But apart from just having the plan and action, you need to review your goals on a regular so that you can see how far you are with achieving your goal. So as I said, guys, you need to have goals for almost everything in your life so that you know exactly where you're allocating your time and you don't end up wasting your time unnecessarily. Okay, so every month as well, you should have your goals for each month. Even if your goal is to be kind that month, if your goal is to try and communicate more that month, that is still a goal, and that's still an important goal that you need to work towards achieving. You need to sit down at the beginning of each month, review the goals for the previous month, see what you achieved, see what you did not achieve, check why you did not achieve that, and basically draft a plan and a new goal plan for the new month. Okay, so it's the beginning of the month now, which means it's a great time for you to actually sit down and do that. So sit down and review your goals. That's like the key thing, guys, because if you do not review your goals, it's almost like so if you're black, or even I feel like even if you're white, if your mom is above the age of 40, I don't mean to be sexist or whatever, but if your mom is above the age of 40 and she has those like precious dishes that she never wants you guys to touch in the cupboard, that only come out like once in a while, that's going to be your goals if you don't review them. Because you're just going to have goals, you're going to be like, oh, I want to achieve 1, 2 and 3, but it's just going to stay on your vision board. You're not going to go back and review your vision board. You're not going to go back to your notes and say, oh, okay, fine, for this month, these were the goals, this is what I achieved, this is what I need to do to work towards achieving 1, 2 and 3, which I did not achieve in that month. So if you don't reflect, they're just going to go stale. They're just going to chill there and go stale and go get all dusty and all rusty, and no one is going to take care of them. And that means you as an individual and you as a person will not grow as well. So please, guys, it is very, very, very important. So basically, I'm going to discuss the 3 things as well that help you when you're reviewing your goals. So it's important to review your goals because it shows you how far you are from your target. So when you review your goals, it's going to show you how far you are from basically achieving the goals for that month. Let's say you achieved all your goals, great. If you have achieved all your goals for that month, how far are you with achieving goals for your 6 months plan, or your yearly plan, or your 2 yearly plan, or your 3 yearly plan, so that you're making sure that you're up to date with everything in your life. Okay, the second thing is that it allows you to appreciate what you have achieved. So if you have achieved 1, 2 and 3, you need to appreciate that, and you need to congratulate yourself for that. You need to be happy for yourself for achieving that. Okay, the third and last thing is that it shows you what still needs to be done. So it shows you the amount of work you still have to do, or the amount of work that still needs to get done for you to make sure that you have ultimately achieved all your goals and you are ultimately happy with where you are today. I believe you can never be fully happy and fully satisfied with yourself where you are at each point in time, because I believe there's always room for improvement. But you can always start small. As I said, when you're building a puzzle, you start with the smaller pieces, the easier pieces, and then you fill in the most difficult pieces in the end, which helps you achieve greater things. So as I said, guys, that's it from me today. Don't forget to reflect and review each month, because it is very, very important. So don't forget to click the subscription button down below, like, share with your family and friends. From me to you and the Mentorship Corner, it's goodbye. Love you lots. Bye, guys.